That's
So
because we
talking-
from the same place. So you don't like
No,
you don't
it's
like
not.
people from your hometown.
I never said
and
that.
that's respectful. I can respect
I
that.
just want a man with a higher vocabulary,
Okay.
which you don't have on your day-to-day speak.
Oh, sing it out loud. Go ahead.
Watashi wasta.
By the time you're watching this video, we will have had lost an all-time great show, great YouTube product to our corporate overlords.
Pop the Balloon Live, the only live dating show where singles test their chemistry and compete for a first date. Only one thing is certain: when their balloon pops,
Where's the main
so is their
host?
chances.
Where's the actual host? Why is she here? Where's Elaine? Like, shouldn't it be her?
Love, tough crowd.
The hell is this nonsense?
I'm Yvonne Orgy, and this is Pop the Balloon Live.
I understood orgy, but her name is not there. That.
Tune in. I mean, we'll be there. Where will you be? Because it's live. That's how life works.
Pop the Balloon was a cultural phenomenon that honestly had a lot of bad connotations wrapped around it. You know, the ghetto hood boogers
Yeah.
that were recreating them in these white wall studios
Some
in Atlanta
crazy
and
videos,
in
man.
Boston and all these other places that had just the most ghettofied formula ever possible to make bad names for a bunch of black creators. We're putting out this filth on the internet.
Not just creators, mainly for black people in general. He gave other races more reasons to hate us even more. Like, they didn't already hate us to begin with, but we just showed them why the hate was justified.
But when content creator Arlette came onto the scene and saw a way that she could make this into a more mature conversation, better content, better production, all of the things just raising the bar for this type of
she did a great
content,
job, I
it
can't lie.
instantly was a hit. As a
did a great
diehard Pop
job.
the Balloon fan, I remember when Dr. Elam came onto the scene and literally gripped the nation by storm with his nonsensical opinions, controversial takes, and honestly a breath of fresh air in this space.
How old are you again?
38.
You're 38? Yeah. Red flag.
So he's
It's
You
Less
you
of
are
a-
very handsome. I wouldn't even thought you were 38.
of course
but
not. But it's less about being a red flag and more about being a liability.
I get it.
If I were to bring you into my life, you would be a liability.
Right. I mean, if you change your mind, I'm open to it though.
Why would you be open to it?
Cause you're handsome for
Sure.
one.
So you only like me
And-
because I'm beautiful.
Just like I'm beautiful.
Yeah, but that's not why I would only like you.
So why would you like me? Cause you didn't answer that.
Because you can bring something and add something to my life. But because you're a liability, you can't add anything to my life.
Damn, this
So
motherfucker
that's the
spitting.
content that we love.
This
This
motherfucker
real,
spitting.
authentic perspective on dating that shows just how crazy some of the men are, crazy some of the women are, and how hard dating is in 2025. Now, the show itself isn't a
Nah, that one I disagree with. I do not think dating in 2025 is difficult. At least not for me. Not for me.
absolve of criticism because some of the newer episodes are crazy, but it still remains true that there is an air of authenticity that surrounds that show that simply can't be replicated on
Yeah, it
some
can't.
sort of Netflix platform.
some
Now, I
overall
can't go on without
popular
saying
and
that
the
the
win, all
original
that.
show will still maintain itself on YouTube, but this will just be some sort of side Netflix project that they have going on.
every Wednesday, okay? Pop the Balloon Wednesday is still a thing. Make sure you're tuning in. I will still be hosting, just like he said. It's going to be the same. Producing, everything is going to remain the same. The only thing is just we have another addition to, you know, the things that we're working on, which is working with Netflix, which is a huge deal, a huge blessing. We're
I'm
super
sure it's a
grateful
huge
for
deal.
it.
God,
And
the
nobody's
money.
more happier or proud of Arlette than I am. As a
I'm happy
content
for her.
creator, I think a lot of people don't realize that our dreams began from the big screen, you know, the bigger screens, whether it be the television or the movie screen or whatever the case may be. And our dreams still continue to strive in that direction with as much creative control as possible. But this show seems to lack creative control because this is like a gentrified.
I haven't even watched an episode yet. Like, I want to know. I mean, I don't watch Netflix, but I actually want
version
to know.
of Pop the Balloon that's also coming with these
it really that bad?
astronomical price hikes that Netflix has associated with itself in recent times. Now,
Netflix needs to chill the hell out with upping their prices. I don't care if they're opening up by £1. I don't give a damn. I am this close to unsubscribe, like to end my subscription to Netflix, like literally, bro. Stop upping it. Chill.
dare I say, this might even hurt the Pop the Balloon brand with how gentrified it is.
Have y'all seen the trailer for the Pop the Balloon
Oh, so only the
that's on
trailer's out, okay.
Netflix?
Alright.
Because I
The
watched it
trailer's bad.
yesterday and I was like, what the fuck is this? First of all, we already knew they got rid of Arlette as the host, which Pop the Balloon...
So they get rid of her. Like, Because I'm pretty sure when I watched the video clip of the made announcement, I believe she said she was going to be there on the Netflix show too. And she said it's all going to be the same. So I was under the impression that she will also be the one, hosting the Pop the Balloon on Netflix. Like, it should be her. Because Pop the Balloon was all about Alette and her man. Like, so why isn't it her? Like, it makes no sense. If you're going to sign a deal, you should be the one also being on. Well,
Arlette is Pop the Balloon. And I'm not convinced that Yvonne Orji is going to be a good host, to be honest, but we'll see.
I don't care. I want Arlette.
They got white people on this show. We can't have nothing, bro. Like, obviously, Pop the Balloon is problematic. I recognize that. I watch strictly from an entertainment perspective. But I am not trying to see a white man on a show popping a black woman's balloon. You know what I mean? God, like, when you bring in the
why do you have to make it a race kind of thing?
racial dynamics
what
into
is
it,
wrong
it's
with
not
that?
fun anymore.
Yeah, I'm not going.
What? It's not that deep. Like, you women need to chill off with this race and with this black and white. Like, calm down.
I try my hardest to not be on her side in this conversation, but like I said, this is a cultural phenomenon, and this isn't something to be, mixed with all these other different ethnic groups, etc.
It's a really cultural thing. Why? Like, this is what I don't agree with. Why and how is popping a balloon literally a cultural thing? Like, we're gonna claim that as a cultural thing for black people? That is crazy to me. I mean, trying to defend that, I mean, so proud of it. Like, we invented, I don't know, electricity or something like that, like something profound. Like, bro, oh my God. Lord, help my people. Help my people. We're really out here saying popping a balloon is a black cultural thing. God, the standards are crazy.
Etc. We've seen the imitators and the replicators do their own version, and I'm not gonna lie, it's entertaining from that perspective as well. I gotta applaud them. But in the original concept is based out of the black experience with black cast, black people. Arlette has never brought anybody not.
What black experience is like? I get it, like, bro, what makes it black? Like, what kind of black experience, please? Like, you can play that. It's, oh my God, this is getting me so annoyed. Like, it's simply popping a balloon. You got a group of people lining up, deciding whether they want to go get with someone or not. It has something to do with race. It's purely entertainment. And in entertainment, there is no such thing as color. Because entertainment is meant to entertain. Whether you're white, black, green, purple, it don't matter. So stop trying to claim this as a cultural black thing when it's just popping a balloon. It's just purely for entertainment. Bruh. That's why our people never move forward, man. Like, bro.
Non-black onto the platform to participate in it, because it's not necessarily a big part of culture. Like, interracial dating is not. There's just so many dynamics that come into play, and it almost sucks the fun out of it. Another big portion of it is, from my understanding, a lot of those people that were displayed on the trailer are reality TV stars. Now, I don't know if that's just for trailer's sake, but I damn sure don't want to see another made-up version of another, love contest show where there's reality stars competing for reality stars. That's definitely not
should be like
fun.
organic.
That's definitely
people,
not my
like,
idea of content. That's
the only thing I agree with. Like I said, but in an entertainment perspective, because it's not a cultural thing, like popping goddamn balloon. Like, you want to act like we invented the goddamn balloon and the goddamn needle to pop the balloon because it was not invented by a black person. Like, bruh, no. But yeah, like, if it's actually the case that it's actors and, like, previous, like, celebrities, like, nah, man, it's just gonna be the same, like, jarring. It's gonna be a flop, basically. The main reason why Pop the Balloon was so popular, and especially like from our Arlette side, basically, and like in general, is because, like, the people that were on there were, like, known people like me and you, basically. Like, no filters, like, no PR training, like, it's just raw. It's all raw. And that's something that has nothing to do with race. Like, anyone can be raw, whether you're black, white, green, whatsoever. So that's why it was so entertaining, because of the rawness, the no filter. Like,
definitely not some shit that I am trying to see on a day-to-day basis when I watch this episode of Pop the Balloon live on Netflix. It just takes the whole mystification out of what's really going on to the screen for me. And as far as the host goes,
Are you still a virgin?
I am.
Oh my God, I love this. This is the most original guest we've ever had on. And what are you, 39?
I am.
Oh my God.
Oh my
that
God,
dam is
indeed.
gonna break one day, baby. And
Baby, let me tell you right now. People were like,
doubt that.
oh, you know, Yvonne, I was like, pray for him, whoever he is. Y'all need to pray for him. We get a lot of pent up energy up in here.
oh my God. And you're gonna hit your sexual peak when you start having sex. So yeah, you're gonna need a couple of
Hit that sexual peak at 50.
men probably.
Yeah, I don't want to hear from a 39-year-old virgin hosting a dating show where they're gonna talk about sex. And no, this isn't because I'm not fine.
See, okay, I'm already picturing this. The fact that I know that she's 39, a 39-year-old virgin, that's going to be hosting a Pop Balloon on Netflix. I can already deduce from that the show is going to be so watered down. They're going to be so PR trained, like, don't say this, don't do that, blah, blah, blah. Like, but that was the core of Pop the Balloon. That was the essence. You know, the righteousness, the filth. That's what made Pop the Balloon. The egos, you know, when Aaron the Plumber came on there, started talking smack and crazy, cussing people out, bro, like, that is Pop the Balloon. But they're not going to bring that, you know, from YouTube all the way to Netflix. They won't do that because, you know, you have kids that be watching that kind of stuff. So, like, nah, I think it's going to be a flop. I do think it's going to be a flop.
Fond of Yvonne for her character as Molly on the show Insecure, even though I think Issa should have been dropped her. I also am gonna miss my messy bestie Arlette. Like, I love what Arlette brings to the show. She brings a level of messiness, authenticity, and honestly just good-natured humor that brings out the nastiness that dating can be, or the viral clips that we need from the show.
Reason why I popped my balloon because the outfit's not
Like I
giving.
said.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah, I like my guy to look, you know, really good.
And what about his outfit is not giving? What are you not feeling?
Everything.
Everything. Ooh, everything. Okay.
Everything is not giving.
So is it how it's put together? Is there a piece? Like,
Nah,
what is
why
it?
is she?
Girl, it's just the green, the blue, the gray. It's just no giving.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
did you put thought into this? Like, she said your outfit's not giving. Like,
Yeah. No, I mean, shoot.
Nah, she reads it.
Teach their own, I guess. It's all good.
Why is she poking like that?
okay.
She's an
You looking at
instigator.
her outfit. Are you feeling this?
I mean, I'm a fan of Sheen.
Okay. You a fan of what?
Sheen. Right? I'm a fan. No, I'm saying you put that on.
Look, man,
That
nobody
is
talks
jokes.
about the mess better than Arlette.
See, this is what I mean. Like, we're not gonna see that on Netflix. We won't. There is no way you're gonna allow that on Netflix. Oh God, man.
But on a serious note, though, this is pure, authentic content that we are seeing that is great production on a platform that the creators maintain total control. They've even gone as far as to not have sponsors up until recently because they didn't want anybody telling them what they can or can't do. And the sponsorship fits so beautifully, it's crazy. But I've recently seen over time a lot of people basically gentrify this content for their own entertainment and humor. And honestly, it's a bastardization of what Pop the Balloon is to represent.
Hey, what's up, everyone? We're in the lovely city
Oh,
of
yeah,
San
like
Antonio,
even
and we
NBA.
have the person who loves San Antonio the most. Come on up. Well, wow. I'm Charles Wade Barkley.
Hey, how y'all doing? I'm Manny Supreme. I'm 30 years old. I'm from Philadelphia.
Hi, Manny. Can you tell me about your last relationship?
I mean, I was engaged for about 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah, I mean, I told her just trust the process.
Yeah, trust no process. Go ahead and get out of here.
My name is Trey. I'm an influencer and artist. I'm 28 and I'm from LA, you know. And by the way, happy International Women's Day.
You know that was 5 months ago, right?
Yeah, but it's, you know, International Women's Day every day to all you beautiful queens.
Super
shit's
cringe
so
content.
dead.
Now I know
Yeah.
what you're thinking. Omar,
So
you are
dead.
blowing this into way bigger proportions than it needs to be. But I'm going to be honest with you. On one hand, it is good that Arlette and her husband get to keep some creative control. They are executive producers.
What
Now, that's
creative
probably
control,
just some
please?
sort of title, but at least they are getting paid. But on the other hand, when
Yeah,
you
at
sign
least
away
that.
this IP or you attach your name to some stuff like this is a part of your brand now. I believe Pop
I
the Balloon
agree.
was on a crazy trajectory, and they ultimately know the paperwork, so they know what's best for them. But there's a possibility that this could ruin the brand long term.
Not gonna lie, I don't want to see Pop the Balloon on Netflix. I mean, I feel like I like my Netflix like my Netflix. I like my shows separate. I like my Netflix
Yeah.
shows. I like my YouTube shows. Like, I like things to be separate. And I just feel
I hear
like
that.
when you bring stuff like that to networks, como se dice, it's not going to be the same.
Ultimately, plays like this to me scream some level of desperation from these big publications and networks. They don't want to pay the people who are traditionally trained, so they go to YouTube and get projects like Sidemen or Mr. Beast or now Pop the Balloon. I wouldn't be surprised if Kai Cenat gets some sort of late night deal on Amazon or Peacock or something like that in the next coming months or so.
I do think it's a smart move for the corporations, but I think the issue is, from what I'm seeing, is that those corporations want to, acquire or like partner with those, external parties that are like on your platforms like YouTube or like Kick or whatever. They're trying to, reshape, rebrand it all into their own image, neglecting the core, like neglecting the fact that what made, whatever show they actually acquired popular externally from Netflix, like they neglect that factor and take it completely out once you move it onto the platform like Netflix. Like they don't keep it in. Just like I said, authenticity, like he said as well, like with, the rawness, the filth, the swearing, the going at each other, the roasting, that was all part of Pop the Balloon. So like, from the way it looks, like, it's not gonna be there on Pop the Balloon. And like I was saying, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Like, it's a smart idea, but the corporations, like, they don't know. Like, they don't understand. They just see numbers. Say, yeah, this is good. Blah, blah. We can copy and paste. No, you can't copy and paste it. There's a reason why Pop the Balloon worked so well for Alette and didn't work for other people that's going to copy that stuff. Like, there's a reason why. Because it's the people that made it. That's why it became to what it is now. So, even though they're keeping it as, I don't know, they said they're still making decisions there, but it doesn't look like it. Like it. If I was an executive, essentially, and I truly had to say, I'll make sure the host was the same host, which is Alette, like the very, very least. And I'll make sure the people that are coming on the show, like, they are not celebrities, they are not PR trained, they are literally people, like, from the hood. Not from the hood, I might be a reach, but like, people that came from the streets, like, from outside, like normal, 95 workers, jobless, or like whatever people, like, not that, what we just saw before, like
Because that's just the way that they are trending. They're not trying to dump all this money into all these projects, so they'd rather go back and get the creator, help them live out a dream, but ultimately bastardize the content that they are able to produce, take away some of their creativity, if not all of it, and then ultimately have it be gentrified and inauthentic and leaving a bad taste in the traditionalist's mouth. Now, I do believe in taking a bad deal or perceived bad deal in order to boost you up in the main sphere, because I don't know another way for her to market herself to a larger audience other than this. Like, this is good marketing for the YouTube channel as a whole. We just have to factor in that some of that name is going to be damaged, because when people go back to the YouTube channel, they're going to see one thing as opposed to seeing Connie Chung and
I do think
Mike.
I kind of think it could go either way. Like, I get this point that yes, it could be detrimental to the brand on a long-term base, but at the same time, I also think depending how this goes, it could actually work in their favor. Because if people now, like they said, like, the final about, Pop the Balloon, oh, what is this? And then subsequently they stumble across the Pop the Balloon on YouTube too, and they compare, both left and right, each other next to each other, and they realize the Netflix one is absolutely garbage, but the YouTube one is great. Like, that might, bring traction from Netflix audience that didn't know Pop the Balloon on YouTube. Now, funnel that over to the YouTube one, not even exposing even way further. But also, like you said, I agree, it can also go the other way, complete opposite. But I think it's a 50-50. It really is a 50-50, depending how it goes.
Michelson Pop the Balloon.
Flip the coin for that one.
That shit is so disgusting. I don't know. I could just be a disgruntled fan at the end of the day, because I don't want to see something that I love and I think is unique and creative and is so innovative come tumbling down because these people at Netflix don't understand the culture. They don't understand what they're supposed to do with this amazing product. And they definitely don't know how to keep it as authentic as it can possibly be. I might just be upset because I'm going to miss out on some of the most classic moments ever.
Is Cedric someone that's your type?
No.
Okay. What makes him not your type?
The way he looks.
Damn. I just wanted to know what you was thinking about. That's all that was.
It's just weird talking to my little brother. So.
No problem. You can't say little. We the same age, darling. Let's be respectful.
You sound like him though.
That's
So
because we from
talking-
the same place. So you don't like
No,
you don't
it's
like
not.
people from your hometown.
I never said
and
that.
that's respectful. I can respect
I
that.
just want a man with a higher vocabulary,
Okay.
which you don't have on your day-to-day speak.
You said you looking for a hood dude. I'm not that. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. Go, sing it out loud. Go ahead.
Watashi wasta.
Yo, that was racist as hell. Yeah, shout out to Omzi.